1. Banish, meaning to send someone away from a place. Examples: the king decided to banish the traitor from the kingdom. She felt like she could banish her fears by facing them head-on. 2. Bargain, meaning to negotiate the terms of a purchase or agreement. Examples: he managed to bargain for a lower price on the car. They often bargain at the flea market for better deals. 3. Bask, meaning to lie or relax in a pleasant warmth. Examples: she likes to bask in the sun on the beach. The dog loves to bask in the warmth of the fireplace. 4. Beckon, meaning to signal someone to come closer. Examples: he beckoned her over with a wave of his hand. The teacher beckoned the students to join her for a group activity. 5. Bend, meaning to shape or force something straight into a curve. Examples: she had to bend the wire to fit it into the frame. The road bends to the right just ahead. 6. Blame, meaning to assign responsibility for a fault or wrong. Examples: don't blame others for your mistakes. He was quick to blame his teammates for the loss. 7. Blast, meaning to explode or make a loud noise. Examples: they will blast the fireworks at midnight. The car's horn blasted as he narrowly avoided a collision. 8. Bleach, meaning to remove color or lighten something. Examples: you can bleach the stains out of the fabric. The sun can naturally bleach the color of the wood. 9. Bleed, meaning to lose blood. Examples: he started to bleed after cutting his finger. The soldier was injured but did not bleed heavily. 10. Blink, meaning to open and close the eyes quickly. Examples: she couldn't help but blink in the bright sunlight. He tried not to blink during the intense stare down. 11. Blush, meaning to become red in the face from embarrassment. Examples: she began to blush when he complimented her. He couldn't help but blush when his secret was revealed. 12. Boast, meaning to talk about something with pride. Examples: he likes to boast about his accomplishments. She didn't mean to boast, but her project won first place. 13. Bomb, meaning to fail spectacularly. Examples: the movie was expected to be a hit, but it bombed at the box office. His comedy routine bombed, leaving the audience silent. 14. Bounce, meaning to spring back after hitting a surface. Examples: the ball will bounce if you throw it on the ground. She watched as the child happily made the ball bounce higher. 15. Bow, meaning to bend forward as a gesture of respect. Examples: the actor took a bow after his performance. She taught her students to bow when greeting elders. 16. Brag, meaning to boast or talk about achievements proudly. Examples: he loves to brag about his new job. She didn't want to brag, but she had the highest score in class. 17. Break, meaning to separate into pieces or stop working. Examples: be careful not to break the glass. They had to break the news gently. 18. Breach, meaning to break through or violate something. Examples: they breached the security protocols. The storm breached the levees, flooding the area. 19. Breeze, meaning to move quickly and easily. Examples: she breezed through the exam without any trouble. He breezed into the room, full of confidence. 20. Bring, meaning to carry or cause to come to a place. Examples: please bring your books to class. She will bring dessert to the party. 21. Broaden, meaning to make wider or increase in scope. Examples: traveling can broaden your perspective on life. The company aims to broaden its product range. 22. Brood, meaning to think deeply or worry persistently. Examples: he tends to brood over his mistakes. She brooded for days after the argument. 23. Browse, meaning to look through something casually. Examples: she likes to browse the shops on weekends. He browsed through the magazine for interesting articles. 24. Build, meaning to construct or form something. Examples: they plan to build a new school in the neighborhood. He wants to build a strong team for the project. 25. Burst, meaning to break open suddenly and violently. Examples: the balloon burst when it hit the sharp edge. She felt like she would burst with excitement. 26. Burn, meaning to consume with fire or heat. Examples: be careful not to burn yourself while cooking. The candle burned brightly in the dark room. 27. Buy, meaning to acquire something in exchange for money. Examples: she decided to buy a new car this year. He wants to buy a gift for his friend's birthday. 28. Bargain, meaning to negotiate the price of something. Examples: she tried to bargain for a better deal at the market. He loves to bargain when shopping at flea markets. 29. Bind, meaning to tie or fasten together. Examples: they had to bind the books together to keep them organized. She used a ribbon to bind the flowers into a bouquet. 30. Befriend, meaning to make friends with someone. Examples: he decided to befriend the new student at school. She aims to befriend people from different cultures. 31. Budge, meaning to move slightly, to change one's mind. Examples: the heavy box wouldn't budge an inch. He refused to budge on his decision to move. 32. Battle, meaning to fight or struggle against something. Examples: they had to battle against the harsh weather. She will battle her fears and take the stage. 33. Become, meaning to begin to be, to grow to be. Examples: he hopes to become a doctor one day. She has become more confident over time. 34. Beckon, meaning to signal to someone to come closer. Examples: he beckoned to his friend from across the street. The teacher beckoned the students to join her. 35. Brush, meaning to touch lightly in passing, to clean or tidy. Examples: she used a soft cloth to brush the dust off the shelf. He had to brush his hair before going out. 36. Battle, meaning to engage in combat or conflict. Examples: the soldiers battled fiercely for their country. They had to battle against the odds to win the championship. 37. Brand, meaning to mark or label something. Examples: the company wants to brand its products effectively. They used a hot iron to brand the cattle. 38. Broadcast, meaning to transmit information or entertainment to a large audience. Examples: the radio station will broadcast the concert live. They decided to broadcast the news nationwide. 39. Band, meaning to join or unite together. Examples: They decided to band together to support the cause. The students will band their resources for the project. 40. Bump, meaning to collide or knock against something. Examples: he accidentally bumped into the table. The car bumped over the pothole. 41. Bend, meaning to curve or angle something. Examples: you can bend the wire to make a sculpture. She had to bend down to pick up the pen. 42. Bribe, meaning to persuade someone to act in one's favor by offering something of value. Examples: he was caught trying to bribe the official. They offered a bribe to get the contract. 43. Breathe, meaning to take air into the lungs and expel it. Examples: she took a deep breath to breathe in the fresh air. He forgot to breathe while swimming underwater. 44. Blink, meaning to open and close the eyes quickly. Examples: you should blink regularly to keep your eyes moist. She blinked in surprise at the sudden news. 45. Bulge, meaning to swell or protrude. Examples: the bag started to bulge with the groceries inside. His pockets bulged with coins. 46. Bag, meaning to place something into a bag. Examples: she decided to bag the groceries before heading home. He will bag the fish he caught. 47. Broaden, meaning to expand or make wider. Examples: traveling can broaden your horizons. The project aims to broaden community outreach efforts. 48. Bust, meaning to break or smash something. Examples: the police had to bust the door down to enter. She busted her phone screen by dropping it. 49. Burrow, meaning to dig a hole or tunnel into something. Examples: the rabbit will burrow into the ground for safety. She likes to burrow under the blankets when it's cold. 50. Bloom, meaning to produce flowers or develop. Examples: the garden will bloom beautifully in spring. The company is expected to bloom with new ideas. 51. Butt, meaning to strike against something forcefully. Examples: the goat butted the fence with its head. He butted in during the conversation. 52. Beefy, meaning to make something thicker or stronger. Examples: they beefy up their security after the incident. The new plan is designed to beefy the project. 53. Bilk, meaning to cheat or defraud someone. Examples: he tried to bilk the investors out of their money. She felt angry after being bilked by a scam artist. 54. Brawl, meaning to fight or quarrel in a noisy way. Examples: the two boys started to brawl during recess. They often brawl over trivial matters. 55. Bleed, meaning to lose blood. Examples: the cut began to bleed profusely. He could feel his heart bleed for those in pain. 56. Burst, meaning to break open suddenly. Examples: the balloon burst when it hit the sharp edge. She burst into tears when she heard the news. 57. Basket, meaning to place something in a basket or container. Examples: she basketed the apples from the tree. He basketed the laundry for washing. 58. Bandage, meaning to wrap a wound with a bandage. Examples: he had to bandage his finger after the accident. She learned how to bandage a sprained ankle. 59. Bridge, meaning to connect or span over something. Examples: The project aims to bridge the gap between communities. They decided to bridge the differences and work together. 60. Bungle. Meaning, to carry out a task clumsily or incompetently. Examples. He bungled the presentation and forgot his notes. She didn't want to bungle the project by missing deadlines. 61. Budge. Meaning, to move slightly, to change one's opinion. Examples. The heavy door wouldn't budge an inch. He refused to budge on his decision. 62. Butcher. Meaning, to cut up animals for meat. Examples. The chef will butcher the chicken for dinner. He learned how to butcher the lamb properly. 63. Blithe. Meaning, to show a casual and cheerful indifference. Examples. She danced with a blithe spirit at the party. His blithe attitude made the situation easier to bear. 64. Burnish. Meaning, to polish or make shiny. Examples. He used a cloth to burnish the silverware. The artist wanted to burnish his reputation. 65. Bulk. Meaning, to increase in size or volume. Examples. He wants to bulk up for the competition. They often bulk their purchases to save money. 66. Bask. Meaning, to lie or relax in a pleasant warmth. Examples. She loves to bask in the sun on warm days. He basked in the glory of his achievements. 67. Boil. Meaning, to heat a liquid until it bubbles. Examples. Please boil the water before adding the pasta. The soup needs to boil for at least 30 minutes. 68. Bow. Meaning, to bend the upper part of the body forward as a gesture. Examples. He took a bow at the end of the performance. She learned to bow respectfully to the audience. 69. Blend. Meaning, to mix different substances together. Examples. You need to blend the ingredients until smooth. The artist decided to blend the colors to create a new shade. 70. Bind. Meaning, to tie or secure something. Examples. She used a string to bind the package. The rules bind all participants in the competition. 71. Breeze. Meaning, to move swiftly and easily. Examples. She breezed through her exam without any trouble. He breezed into the meeting late but still managed to contribute. 72. Bolster. Meaning, to support or strengthen. Examples. They needed to bolster their argument with more evidence. The community came together to bolster local businesses. 73. Bandage. Meaning, to cover a wound with a strip of material. Examples. He needed to bandage his cut finger. She learned to bandage her little brother's scraped knee. 74. Bemuse. Meaning, to confuse or bewilder. Examples. The complicated instructions bemused the students. She was bemused by his sudden change of topic. 75. Bustle. Meaning, to move around energetically, to hurry. Examples. The children bustled about in the playground. The city streets bustled with activity during rush hour. 76. Bolster. Meaning, to support or reinforce. Examples. The data will help bolster their case in court. She worked hard to bolster her confidence. 77. Bundle. Meaning, to wrap or tie together. Examples. They bundled the firewood for easy transport. He bundled up the clothes for donation. 78. Brim. Meaning, to fill to the top, to overflow. Examples. The cup was brimmed with hot coffee. Her eyes brimmed with tears of joy. 79. Bust, meaning to break or damage something. Examples: he accidentally busted his phone screen. The kids busted open the piñata during the party. 80. Bemoan, meaning to express sorrow or discontent. Examples: he bemoaned the lack of support for his project. She often bemoans about the state of the environment. 81. Bolts, meaning to move quickly or suddenly. Examples: the dog bolted after the ball. He bolted out of the room when he heard the news. 82. Batch, meaning to prepare or produce something in groups. Examples: she decided to batch bake cookies for the event. They batch processed the data to save time. 83. Brave, meaning to face or endure something difficult or dangerous. Examples: she had to brave the cold to get to work. He will brave the storm to help his friend. 84. Buoy, meaning to keep afloat or support. Examples: the life jacket will buoy you in the water. Good news can buoy one's spirits. 85. Bloat, meaning to swell or inflate. Examples: the injured area began to bloat after the accident. Eating too much can bloat your stomach. 86. Blur, meaning to make unclear or indistinct. Examples: the rain blurred the view of the road. She was crying, which blurred her vision. 87. Butter, meaning to spread butter on something. Examples: she likes to butter her toast before adding jam. He buttered the popcorn for extra flavor. 88. Bluff, meaning to deceive or mislead someone. Examples: he tried to bluff his way through the interview. She bluffed about her knowledge of the subject. 89. Bond, meaning to unite or connect closely. Examples: they quickly bonded over their shared interests. The experience helped them bond as a team. 90. Bargain, meaning to negotiate for a lower price. Examples: he loves to bargain at flea markets. She managed to bargain for a better deal on the car. 91. Brighten, meaning to make something lighter or more cheerful. Examples: the new paint will brighten the room. Her smile can brighten anyone's day. 92. Besiege, meaning to surround a place with armed forces to capture it. Examples: the army besieged the enemy's fortress. They were besieged by questions after the presentation. 93. Bother, meaning to annoy or disturb someone. Examples: please don't bother me while I'm working. It really bothered her when he didn't call. 94. Blow, meaning to move air or forcefully exhale. Examples: he had to blow the leaves off the driveway. The wind blew through the trees. 95. Bow, meaning to bend forward as a gesture of respect. Examples: the performer took a bow after the show. She taught her students to bow when greeting elders. 96. Bridge, meaning to create a connection between two things. Examples: they need to bridge the gap between their ideas. The project aims to bridge cultural differences. 97. Blast, meaning to explode or make a loud noise. Examples: the fireworks blasted in the night sky. He blasted the music to celebrate. 98. Band, meaning to unite or come together for a common purpose. Examples: they decided to band together to support the cause. The community banded to help those in need. 99. Brandish. Meaning, to wave or flourish something, especially a weapon. Examples. He brandished his sword in triumph. She brandished the trophy after winning the competition. 100. Bleat. Meaning, to make a cry typical of a sheep or goat. Examples. The sheep began to bleat as it saw its mother. The kids enjoyed the sound of the goats bleating in the farmyard. 101. Beep. Meaning, to make a short, high-pitched sound. Examples. The microwave will beep when the food is ready. She heard the car beep as it backed up. 102. Blinker. Meaning, to signal a turn in a vehicle. Examples. He forgot to blinker when changing lanes. The driver blinkered left to indicate his turn. 103. Boom. Meaning, to make a loud, deep sound, to grow or increase rapidly. Examples. The thunder boomed in the distance. The tech industry is booming right now. 104. Blow. Meaning, to expel air through the mouth or to move air. Examples. She had to blow the dust off the old books. The wind blew fiercely during the storm. 105. Boast. Meaning, to talk with pride about achievements or possessions. Examples. He loves to boast about his new car. She couldn't help but boast about her promotion. 106. Burst. Meaning, to break open suddenly and violently. Examples. The balloon burst with a loud pop. She felt her heart burst with joy when she heard the news. 107. Bribe. Meaning, to persuade someone to act in one's favor using money or gifts. Examples. They tried to bribe the official for favorable treatment. It's illegal to bribe a government official. 108. Bulge. Meaning, to swell or protrude. Examples. The suitcase bulged with clothes. He felt a bulge in his pocket from the coins. 109. Be. Meaning, to work diligently. Examples. She was as busy as a bee preparing for the event. The workers be around the factory, completing their tasks. 110. Baste. Meaning, to moisten meat during cooking. Examples. Remember to baste the turkey every hour. She basted the chicken with butter for flavor. 111. Burn. Meaning, to consume with fire or to injure with heat. Examples. Be careful not to burn yourself while cooking. The candle burned brightly in the dark room. 112. Bustle. Meaning, to move around energetically or busily. Examples. The market was bustling with shoppers. She bustled about the kitchen preparing dinner. 113. Brag. Meaning, to boast or talk about achievements in a proud way. Examples. He loves to brag about his travel experiences. She bragged about her high grades to her friends. 114. Burnish. Meaning, to polish or make shiny. Examples. He used a cloth to burnish the silver. The car was burnished until it shone brightly. 115. Barge. Meaning, to move forcefully or rudely. Examples. Don't barge into the meeting without knocking. She barged through the crowd to find her friend. 116. Blink. Meaning, to open and close the eyes quickly. Examples. He couldn't help but blink in surprise at the news. She blinked in the bright sunlight. 117. Bend. Meaning, To curve or angle something. Examples. He had to bend down to pick up the pen. She bended the wire into a loop. 118. Bolster. Meaning. To support or strengthen. Examples. They sought to bolster their argument with facts. The charity aims to bolster the local community. 119. Bomb. Meaning. To fail miserably or to attack with explosives. Examples. The movie bombed at the box office. The military bombed the target with precision. 120. Bury. Meaning. To put something in the ground and cover it. Examples. They decided to bury the time capsule in the park. She buried her feelings deep inside. 121. Batch. Meaning. To group items together for processing. Examples. She made a batch of cookies for the party. They produced a batch of new products this month. 122. Bask. Meaning. To lie or relax in a pleasant warmth. Examples. She loves to bask in the sun at the beach. He basked in the applause after his performance. 123. Bang. Meaning. To hit something loudly. Examples. He banged his fist on the table in frustration. The door banged shut in the wind. 124. Beckon. Meaning. To call or signal someone to come closer. Examples. She beckoned him to come over. He beckoned the waiter for the bill. 125. Blow up. Meaning. To explode or cause to explode. Examples. The car blew up after the collision. They planned to blow up the old building. 126. Brace. Meaning. To prepare oneself for something difficult. Examples. She had to brace herself for the bad news. He braced himself against the cold wind. 127. Bungle. Meaning. To carry out a task clumsily or incompetently. Examples. He bungled the instructions and broke the equipment. She didn't want to bungle her chance at success. 128. Basket. Meaning. To place something in a basket. Examples. She basketed the apples from the orchard. They basketed the laundry for washing. 129. Bribe. Meaning. To offer something, often money, to persuade someone to act in one's favor. Examples. It's illegal to bribe public officials. They attempted to bribe the inspector for a favor. 130. Bind. Meaning. To tie or fasten tightly. Examples. They had to bind the documents together. She binded her hair before going out. 131. Blunder. Meaning. To make a careless mistake. Examples. He blundered his way through the speech. She felt embarrassed after her blunder during the meeting. 132. Barricade. Meaning. To block or defend with a barrier. Examples. They barricaded the entrance during the protest. The soldiers barricaded themselves inside the fort. 133. Boil. Meaning. To heat a liquid until it bubbles. Examples. Be careful not to boil the water too long. She boiled the vegetables for dinner. 134. Befall. Meaning. To happen or occur to someone, often used in a negative context. Examples. Misfortune befell him after he lost his job. She worried about what might befall her family. 135. Brighten. Meaning. To make or become more light or cheerful. Examples. The flowers will brighten the room. Her smile can brighten anyone's day. 136. Blight. Meaning, to spoil or damage something. Examples. The disease blighted the crops this year. Urban development has blighted many natural landscapes. 137. Bundle. Meaning, to tie or wrap something together. Examples. He bundled up the old clothes for donation. She bundled the newspapers for recycling. 138. Butcher. Meaning, to prepare meat by cutting it into pieces. Examples. The chef will butcher the lamb for the dish. They butchered the chicken for the barbecue. 139. Burst. Meaning, to break open suddenly and violently. Examples. The balloon burst with a loud pop. She felt her heart burst with joy when she heard the news. 140. Bust. Meaning, to break or smash. Examples. He busted the door down to get inside. The kids busted the piñata at the party. 141. Grim. Meaning, to fill something to the top. Examples. The cup was brimmed with coffee. Her eyes brimmed with tears of joy. 142. Bend. Meaning, to curve or angle something. Examples. She bent down to tie her shoes. He can easily bend the metal rod. 143. Brave. Meaning, to face or endure with courage. Examples. She braved the storm to help her neighbor. He is known for his brave acts in difficult situations. 144. Burnish. Meaning, to polish or make shiny, especially metal. Examples. He burnished the silverware until it gleamed. The craftsman burnished the wood to a smooth finish. 145. Blend. Meaning, to mix together or combine. Examples. They blended the ingredients to make a smoothie. The colors blended beautifully in the painting. 146. Bud. Meaning, to develop or grow as a bud. Examples. The tree began to bud in early spring. They budded their friendship during college. 147. Brand. Meaning, to mark with a hot iron or to label something. Examples. The rancher branded his cattle to identify them. She branded her products with a unique logo. 148. Burden. Meaning, to weigh down or load heavily. Examples. He was burdened with too much responsibility. The heavy boxes burdened her during the move. 149. Bind. Meaning, to tie or fasten tightly. Examples. She used rope to bind the sticks together. They had to bind the book after printing. 150. Bloom. Meaning, to produce flowers or flourish. Examples. The garden will bloom beautifully in spring. Her talents bloomed after years of hard work.